Okay, hello again folks, and today not actually going to do any Street Fighter playing, but instead I'm going to do some Street Fighter modding. So I'm going to I'm just going to mod Abel, Adon and Akuma today because they're at the top of the list, and they'll have their red focus, EX red focus. Delayed wake up still got the same problem that it's going to be on hard and soft, and I can't really emulate ultra combo doubles very well. So just their changes per character is what I'm going to change. So I guess the first thing would be that you will need Ono Edit, and to do that you want to go to this webpage, aemods.pbworks.com. So if you go to there, you'll see this webpage, and you go down until AE specific tools. Okay, and then look for Dantarian's Ono BAC BCM moveset editing tool, and the newest one you can download. But I've already done this, so I'm not going to bother. Okay, so and the next thing we do is the next thing we definitely need to do is I need to be careful not to minimize everything, otherwise the stream's going to go dodgy. Is we need to find the Capcom folder, which is probably in your C drive, or if you're on Steam, it'll probably be somewhere there. And head in. So we're looking at patch 106 and 107. There's been a lot of people having issues with this when I've actually released one, but for me, you need to head into where you find your characters. 106 for the characters that I've mentioned today. Battle, regulation, latest AE, and find the characters. So we've got Adon there. We've got Abel, which is actually under, I believe, Jaha there for some reason. And we've got Goki. Okay, and so what I normally like to do is just do a little bit of backup. I've got a lot of extra stuff here because I've done some modding before. So I'm just backing up the original files myself. Oops. Before I get started. Now I've done this mostly off screen already, but you know. Okay, so now I've backed it up and I'm ready to actually start. So let's open up Ono Edit, which will look pretty much just like this little thing here. And then we need to find the character we want to do. So first off, we're going to do Abel Jaha. That's Abel. Okay, and so now we've got several things we can look at here, and they're all basically specific to certain areas. The ones you'll mainly use is probably hitbox table at the bottom, scripts, and probably moves. They're probably going to be the main ones you use, but I'll probably have to use them all. So I'll go through them pretty briefly first. Charges. This is if your character's got any charge moves. It dictates how long you have to hold it and what kind of input you have to follow. But Abel hasn't got any, so I'm not going to use that. Input motion. So this is basically how it determines what input motions, say a Hadouken is, which is down, down, forward, forward, and whether it's strict or very lenient. I'm not sure you've got shortcuts. The main reason I'd ever change something here is probably if ultras change. For now, right, moves. We have. This is where all the moves. It tells you what input it needed and how you have to sort of press the input. So some of them require stick motion, some don't, and there's a lot of other fields here as well. How much EX it costs, how much ultra it costs, the input motion if it's specific. So normals, 9 medium kick, which would be a jumping medium kick, requires no special input, whereas a Hadouken will require a Hadouken. Whether you can do it standing, crouching, or airborne, whether it's a special move, a dash, or a throw, or whatever, and then loads of stuff which is basically for AI computers, I believe. Right, next thing. So moves is going to be something that we'll definitely look at. Next thing is cancels. These will be, so when he's on the ground, he can cancel into everything because that's him walking, okay? So when he's jumping, he can only cancel into jumping attacks. So if it's vertical, all the vertical normals. As a going Yupiken. And if he's jumping forward, all the forward ones. If he's jumping back, you know, any reversal. So these are all his special moves. And, you know, so this is basically how we special cancels. Most of the characters will have the same stuff here. Kim123, fine. How you doing? Well, I'm using. I'm just going to use this change list that was released. I mean, I don't know if there's anything different, but for now, I'm just going to use this. I mean, as we go along, if people know something, the thing is, I don't want to take advice from everyone because I may get like completely weird advice from random people in the chat. You know that at the minute I'm going to do this. If I can rely on you, then I might change something if it's not recorded here, but we'll see. So let's continue on. So we've looked at the top four, and the bottom one, script, is going to be the main one we're going to look at. So this goes through all the moves, and basically tells you what it can, how the move works, so to speak, how fast it is, which is basically the frame data. So this is where you want to change frame data. Its hitboxes, how much invincibility frames it's got, and what its hurt boxes is, and what it can cancel into. So crouching heavy punch for Abel on hit or on block can cancel into super move, which is, I believe, special moves and super move. Okay, and then we have VFX scripts, which is basically the same thing but for fireballs only and stuff like that, which I'm probably not going to reach on many of them. And hitbox is going to be the next thing, which determines basically the hit stun, the block stun, how much damage the move does, and the effects that come out, but the effects are not really that important. Okay, so the main ones you want to check out for are hitbox table, because that is your hit stun, block stun, and damage, which is mainly what everything changes. Scripts, which is frame data, and then moves. So if I have to change like inputs and stuff like that, they're going to be the main ones. So I guess we can get started now. So we're on Abel, and we're going to look at close standing heavy punch. Has had its downward hitbox expanded on the first hit. So we need to look at his close standing heavy punch, and we need hitbox. So we look at scripts, and then what was it? Close standing heavy punch. So that would be 5, because it's based on, say, your keypad. So 5 would be there, and it's close, so it's not got the F on the end, because that means far. So 5 heavy punch. Now I will have to look for the rest, because they do have sort of, you know, new underneath. So if they've done any revisions, I need to make sure I'm editing the right one. Okay, and downward hitbox expanded on the first hit. So hitbox, so these are the first hit. The first hit is 9 to 12 frames in, and the second one is 28 to 30 frames in. That may not be strictly true, because the speed alters how fast thing comes out, so ignore that. It's a bit complicated, really. But the hitbox on the first frame is expanding downwards on the first hit. Okay, so the first hit, I just need to change the X, Y, and width and height. So if it's downwards, we can't actually expand it downwards, because the Y only expands upwards. We need to move the Y downwards and then expand it upwards to match. So I'm just going to guess, let's try move it down by 0.01, and now I'm going to have to increase the height by 0.01 to match. And then we go into the game and we choose Abel here, and I don't know, we just choose him. Why not? You okay?
The battle has begun. Fight!
Right, so I mean, maybe I should choose a different character, because I imagine the reason they want that is so that it makes sure it hits low characters like Cammy, for example. So I'm going to choose Cammy and see if she gets hit by it, where it's lowered a little bit more like that.
The battle has begun. Fight!
Okay, so I'm imagining maybe you need to lower it a little bit more. But you always have to leave the character select screen when you want to change something. And let's lower it another 5 and make it higher a little bit. So I'll make it higher mainly because you lower it down so the whole thing lowers, and then you just higher it to make it match what it used to be in terms of height. Okay, so modding is extremely kind of boring. I imagine it's quite boring to watch, but people wanted to know, man, still not hitting her. The thing is with these is that I'm basically having to guess how far. It's downward hitbox expanded on the first hit. So the first hit, downward hitbox, let's try it a bit more. Just to see how much I have to really stick it down in order to get it to work how I imagine they want it to work. But I know a lot of people wanted to see how to mod, and this is basically how you do it. There we go, that's more like it. So let's leave out again. There's a lot of this loading up the game, unloading the game like that. Let's cut that back to what it was. I'm not sure if I saved it, which is the silly thing. So you have to make sure you save the file afterwards.
Locale chosen. The battle has begun. Fight!
Okay, that still hits, which is nice, because I think I forgot to save it. Then we've got to leave again. Does it say it hits? It doesn't say it hits. It just says close standing heavy punch has its downward hitbox expanded on the first hit. So I changed the first hit, which is this one, hitbox. The top one is just the proximity when they block, so forget about the top one always. I just lowered it a bit. I'm going to lower it down a bit more. I mean heighten it a bit more, because just to double check that I saved it properly the first time. Oh, careful. Changing the wrong one. Yeah, I mean, I do have to do a bit of guesswork, because they don't say how much it went down and stuff, but okay, that looks pretty good anyway. So it hits her. Maybe if she's doing a crouch and light kick or something. I don't know if that lowers the hitbox, to be honest. But fuck it. That'll do. I think it hits the opponent, which is what I imagine they were going for. So, oh shit, you can't even see because I didn't click the button. I need to keep remembering to click the button. And let's go back. So, we've done the first change. Let's look at the second one. Fast standing heavy kick now has 13 frames of startup instead of 14. Now has 3 active frames instead of 2. Now has 18 frames instead of 19. So, 1 less recovery, 1 more active, and 1 less recovery on fast standing heavy kick. So we're looking for 5 heavy kick, F. Just double check there's no more, because they do a lot of revisions like this new thing, but he doesn't seem to have any. Okay, so at the bottom of the screen down here, I don't know if you can see, it says startup 15, active 2, recovery 29. So this is not always perfect sort of, you know, numbers. They don't seem to match up sometimes. He hasn't got 29 recovery. According to this, he's got about 19. So what I need to do, I'm just going to lower the numbers, pretending this was the correct amount, and lower it by the amount it's lowered. So startup needs to lower by an extra 1. So startup 15, I'm going to put it to 14. Okay. Well, I might check that in a minute if you want me to, because I'm going to have to load characters anyway. So what I have to do, this is the speed. So it says on frame 0 until frame 1, his animation goes at double speed. Okay. And starting at frame 8 until frame 9, he goes at normal speed. And then on frame 14 to frame 15, he goes at 2 speed. And I think the way it works, it actually means that on frame 1, he goes at double speed until he gets to frame 8. Okay, so he'll go at this speed until it gets to the next one telling him to go at a different speed. So it's rather complicated. This is where it all starts getting a bit difficult, really. I've jumped in right at the deep end here, but so to increase the startup, to make it a bit faster, we need to change this to maybe 2.2, and then we need to click off the heavy kick, the fast standing heavy kick, and then click back on and see if it's changed at the bottom, which it hasn't. Let's increase it a bit more. Click off it, click back on. Still not changed. 3. Click off it, click back on. There we go, 14 frames. So his startup is increased by 1, or decreased by 1, sorry. Active. So now we need to look at this. His first active frame is on 22. Apparently that's not real, that's not serious, but what we're going to do is we're going to change this one, I think. Actually, what I'm going to do, instead of changing the speed there, I am just going to increase his active frame at the end here. So instead of 26 is when it ends on 27. Okay, that's probably the easier way. There's multiple ways to get around it, and I'm just basically increasing the active frame there. And what was the other thing? Recovery is now 18 instead of 19. So as you can see, the recovery doesn't look quite right. It says 29, but anything after the hitbox is finished is recovery. So after 27, I'm going to go for about this one and see what happens if I change it to 2. The carpet, put it back on. 25, that's a bit much. 1.6, then. Not even the right one. There we go, that's gone down from 29. And so let's save all that. And what am I checking? I forgot. Fast handling heavy kick. Okay, so I probably won't be able to actually check this. 13 frames of startup. Won't be able to check it very well. Well, it's going to be really hard to check this, whether it hits Shoto's crouching medium kick, because you'll be right next to them, and I imagine it'll just hit you. It's going to be pretty hard for me to test, but right, so that should start up at 1 frame faster. It's pretty hard to check and recover a little bit faster. I can always try. So I did a little jump, so counter hit. Oh, fuck. Hold on, I don't know when he's doing it anymore. There we go. Stand up. Okay, counter hit again. Ah, fuck it. Been a bit hard. How's it going, Nukta? Right. Next one. We've got EX Skyfall. Now has 3 active frames instead of 2. Let's just go straight to that. So, they may not be called what they actually are called. So, let's see. What is this? This is probably his reverse sort of direction. Tornado EX. So, Skyfall is either Tenku, Mushin, Muga, Kyoki. Oh, fucking hell. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do is click on this. Well, this doesn't actually have a hitbox, so that tells me that it's probably the roll. Okay. Tenku, EX Tenku. I'm going to make it so the width is 10 and the height is air only. There we go. That should tell me it's the right one. Okay, so I don't even need to check that thing. Well, it was just difficult to sort of get it round. I wasn't going to lower it anymore anyway because it works on crouching, which I imagine is kind of what they were going for. So this needs 1 more active frame. So I'm just basically going to put it at the end. I always put it at the end because I don't want to risk making it start up 1 frame faster, if you know what I mean. So I'm basically cutting off 1 frame recovery, I think, by doing it this way. But it's the easiest way to do it. So it's got 3 active frames now instead of 2. Upper body invincibility for 2 frames instead of 1. So here we go. Upper body invincibility from 20 to 22. That's kind of indicates it's 2 frames anyway. But with these kind of things, you do have to be aware that speed actually affects it weirdly. So he's going at 4 times the speed, you know, until he gets to frame 20 nearly, which is crazy. But okay, I'm just gonna. What am I gonna do? Because you can work this out mathematically, but it's very difficult. So he says on frame 6 to 8 instead of 6 to 7. So we know. Let's bring up a calculator if I can. Have I got a calculator up here? No. Oops. Okay, so we know at frame 19 divided by 4. Let's go for frame 20 then. Divided by 4, because that's the speed he's going. He's at 5. You see, so at frame 20, which is around frame 5 or 6, because frame 0 might be 1 as well. He has invincibility, and then he goes at normal speed after frame 20. So I think if I just do that, I think it matches up with his hitbox. His extra active frame is now an extra bit of hitbox invincibility by the looks of things. Okay, so it's all this kind of really annoying speed thing. The program doesn't automatically tell you that, because it doesn't come out on frame 20, does it? It comes out on frame 6 or something. So the speed affects it, and you have to calculate for that if you really want to be certain. Right, next thing, because I'm not sure that's going to really be worth testing, is Heartless Super now has 2 more active frames. Okay, so let's check. Where's this Super? Okay, shit. So that's probably... Okay, what we're going to have to do, because I don't know what these names are, is get a hitbox. Unblockable. That's probably going to be the right one. But it's not going to be start long, is it? The attack is where we want. Don't hit standing. Don't hit crouching. Don't hit air. Yeah, that's just like the most annoying thing there is. Let's have a look what this is. Armor break counter. Oh wait, we're looking for super anyway, aren't we? So we don't need Ultra 2. I was thinking of Ultra 2 then for a second. Okay, this is probably it. Let's try Light Punch Super. We're going to make it hit across the screen. Okay? Just so I know what move I'm doing. So occasionally you'll get moves like that which don't actually have their proper name, or you'll get moves which have several revisions, like Gokun's got AE underscore AE on one of his things, and then he's got underscore new, and they're all the same moves. So let's see if he just grabs them from across the screen. Okay, so I know I'm working with the right move now. Okay, so a bit overpowered though, don't you think? Oh guys, you can't even see it. Jesus Christ. Alright, let me try again. Okay, so what I did is I increased the width of his Light Punch Super. Okay, that was his medium punch. His Light Punch Super now hits max screen. Overpowered. Yeah, I have to keep pressing the button and it thing. So I did that just so I know that I'm editing the right move. Okay. So now I know this is the right move. Let's reduce it. So Muga is his super. So 2 more active frames. So I'm going to add them at the end. I always do. So here we go. Let's just give him 4. And we're going to do that to all these versions. And I think that's it. To be honest, with that one, 2 more active frames at the end. I mean, I could put them at the beginning, but that changes startup and that does stuff. Hopefully you saw it there. That's all I did. Is just make it crazy. Right. Last thing for Abel. He hasn't got many, Abel. Soulless Ultra 1 now has an expanded hitbox upwards. Due to this, the phenomenon where he does crouching heavy punch into Ultra 1 will go under has been fixed. Does that mean he can never go under? Interesting. Okay then, so Ultra 1. Okay, I'm probably going to do the same. This one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the hitbox again. This may not actually work particularly great. He goes sort of max screen anyway, doesn't he? Okay, what I'm going to do, because he goes max screen, I'm just going to have a little bit of fun and say on frame 1, we're going to make him fly up in the air. Okay. This is just to check that this is Ultra 1 again. Because they don't have the proper names. So in theory, if I've done it right, when I do Ultra 1 it should fly up in the air. Okay, great. Okay. Okay, that's there's Ryu all the way down there. Excellent. So let's just get rid of that. The Ultra One start, because it's sort of split up into the sections of the animation. So that's the first hit, and then he does loads of hits you loads of times, then grabs you, which you can cross up, and then spins you around, then hits you on the floor. Okay. So what am I doing here? I forgot. Oh yeah, hitbox expanded upwards. So let's see if this just works. Expand it upwards, the hitbox can stay the same, and then the height can just increase. I'm going to increase it by 6, so 0.2, just to start with. And see if it just does it. Anyone know if there's a specific character I can test this on? I'm just going to pick Ryu for now, but I imagine I'm just going to do crouching heavy punch as fast as I can, and then do the ultra. Not as fast as I can. Do the crouching heavy punch, then do the ultra as fast as I can. Hopefully, just I won't go underneath him. I don't know if that's it. You know, is there? Dowsim might be a good idea to test this on. He floats a little bit more, doesn't he? Okay, there we go. I managed to get it to work. So I'm not sure the hitbox would actually succeed against this, to be honest. I'm not sure. Always have to be wary of how they change it, but because this flow bit up here, this first one, is basically tells you when to move on to the next section of the animation. So this one is just the first hit, and then it moves on to the extra hits if he hits. So as we can see here in the start, in the flow, on KO he just goes straight to the end and doesn't do the rest if you kill him on the first hit. But on hit he will go into Kyeko hit 3, which is all the way down here actually. So this one is all the other punches he does after you connect it. And if he doesn't actually connect, he won't. He'll just finish the animation and not go into anything else. Okay, so where was I going with that? What am I doing? Alright, yeah, so there must be somewhere. A little bit of thing. Okay, I'm just going to increase the height a bit more, just go crazy. But I can't imagine it's the height because he runs underneath them, you see. That's the problem. I mean, because they may have just got reported wrong, thinking that there's an easier. I think you need to test it in the corner. Oh, was it in the corner there? I need to test it? Because it does seem like, just generally, it wouldn't make any sense. Because he always runs the right distance. It's not like, say, Gokun's Palm Strike, where he gets to him, and when they're within range, he changes to it. He just always runs the same distance. And in which case he's always ran underneath him by that point. I'm not sure if that was good enough. Oh, backing. I think that one's no picture. Good idea. Well done. Backing out. God, you guys are gonna get sick saying that sometime, right? That might go underneath him. Okay, yeah, so right, so this just increasing the hitbox is clearly not doing the job, to be honest. That needs to go to 4. So what to do there? Hitbox, I think maybe I don't want to change his hurtbox. No, I don't know what that means, to be honest. Do I have to pause on the ultra? Yeah, I know that's. They normally do delay the ultra a little bit. So I'll just maybe increase the hitbox and then You know, increase it vertically by 0.2, which is quite generous, to be honest. And then leave it there, maybe. Oh, save. Yeah, I know you're not supposed to do it as fast as you can, but that's the only reason I thought that it went under, because you did it as fast as you can. Okay, so Abel's done, but I need to now put in the red focus attack and EX red focus and stuff like that. So first thing we need to look at is moves. Okay, what I need to do here is copy his existing focus attacks. So I don't think I actually need level 1 and level 2. I just need to copy these two. Oops. And we're going to move these down if we can. Okay, I normally like to call them saving red afterwards or something. And red. And it says the inputs are medium punch, medium kick, and light punch, which is odd. But let's do what he says. He's the boss. Okay, so that's the input there. To create new moves, there are like several sections you have to do. So the first thing I'm doing here is just creating that the move exists, but I haven't told it what it has to do yet. So on all the buttons, press restriction. There's no restriction. Position restriction, there is none. Okay, so here we've got EX requirement, EX cost. Okay, so this is going to tell you how much it requires. So we know 500, it goes up to 1,000. So 500 for the normal EX, because that's what it costs. It costs 2 meter bars to do it normally, and 3 to do an EX version. So we need to change these like that. Okay, and you can be standing or crouching, and I have to change this later, but I haven't created it yet. So at the minute, if I do that particular move, it's programmed to do a normal saving attack, which is focus, and they're sort of the features it does. So now we've created the move, but I haven't actually linked it to anything. Let's create the script. So this is actually create a new focus attack, which acts a little differently. So we've got saving max 2 and saving max. So that's the thing, you see. They've created a revision here, and I don't know which one they do. So let me just create a hitbox on this one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it so hitbox is massive, as usual, to see if they're using hitbox max or hitbox max 2.
Training stage. The stage of it's the battle of the century. Fight!
Okay, so they're using hitbox max. Alright. So let's reduce that back to 0. I'm going to copy hitbox max and hitbox. No, just. I'm going to copy savings max and saving EX. Copy. Go down the bottom and paste. Let's go to red. Red. Okay. Okie dokie. So let's have a look at the specifics. It does more damage. There's 1.5 as a normal focus attack. So I'll have to create something else for that now. That's just added an extra thing I need to do. Level 1 will give hit stun. So let's just start with this first. I need to remember how to do this. So you start the red focus attack. Well, that's this move. If you hold it all the way, this one is unblockable. But if you let go early in level 1, then it goes to saving 2. So what does it say? Level 1 will give hit stun. Okay, that's the same. Level 2 and 3 will crumple the opponent. Actually, I think I've just discovered I need to copy these over as well. Okay. Normally I didn't, but now it does more damage. I need to make it do more damage over the whole thing. Oh. Right. So at level 1, which is this one, it just goes into all the way down to the bottom. Okay, damn, this is not working. Let's get off that. Bring it up. Sometimes it bugs. My things haven't saved, which is great. Let's just get off it and get back on again, see if it's saved. It has. There we go. Sometimes it does that, and which is really annoying if you've done a lot of work on it. But saving max red, that should go into saving max, saving 2 red, and that should now go into saving 3 red. Okay, so level 2 now goes into my specialized level 2 and level 1. What's the next thing? Can absorb any amount of hits. So this will be in invincibility, absorb. Okay, so it's absorbing hits and projectiles in the whole part of his body, and it's only absorbing 1, so we need 99 or so, don't we? And when you release it, this is like level 1 and level 2, even though it says 2 and 3. And EX doesn't have any armor, so it's just that one. It can be quite easy, it just takes a long time, and you do have to do a bit of guesswork. The most fun is when you're trying to do something you want to do, you know? So I had a lot of fun modding in my, what is it? My 3rd strike parry system and stuff. Right. Work the same, it can be counter hit while you're moving to attack. Level 3 is full armor. Okay, that's the same, I believe. When being hit during red focus, you get twice as much ultra gauge. Okay, so I'm not sure how to do that yet, but I have to have a fiddle around and see if I can manage to figure that out, because it might be part of the system already that everything when you focus attack gives you ultra gauge 1. I might not be able to edit it, but I might be able to. I don't know. Okay, so we have, I think we have everything sort of done now. So now we can go back to our moves. Let's get off that. There we go. Now, in theory, we should be able to make that go to, instead of saving max, when I press the buttons, it goes to saving max red. And when I do the EX one, it goes to saving max EX. Oh, I haven't actually done the EX one yet, have I? Got 3 bars to use, that's already done. That's done. Damage will come later. Level 1, they all crumple. So, where are we? Scripts again. EX. The flow, this needs to go to level 3. I believe this goes to level 3. Oops, that needs to go to level 3. Hold on a minute, let me just see. Level 1, 2 and 3 crumple, so level 2 crumples if you hit them, doesn't it? Normally. Level 3 always crumples. Level 1 crumples on counter hit. Well, we'll have a work about that in a minute. No armor, which is right. As long as you hold the buttons, you will get double as much ultra as during regular hits. Okay. So now we go back to moves, and we put them together. Everything's fine. Now we need to add that they can actually go into it. So we go to cancels now. So now we need to make sure that they can cancel into the saving attacks. Okay. There we go. So when he's walking about, he can only actually go into the normal one. When he's jumping, he can't go into any. The easiest way to do this is to just follow what is already there. So it's got saving max, which means just a normal focus attack. So he can only go into the normal red focus here. Jump in, he can do it. I just follow it, even though I don't think it's actually true. Super move. So from a special move, he can go into the EX normal focus attack, so we can only go into an EX red one from that. And super combo, I don't think he can actually... Oh, that doesn't actually mean from a super combo, it means Something that has super combo cancelability means it can go into its super, but you can also do an EX or Ready X now. Saving means you can cancel into them. Just check the rest, see if they've got any focus attack cancelability, which they haven't. So in theory, that should be pretty much it, apart from the damage, but I'll do that in a moment. I'm not sure I'm actually going to be able to... Oh yeah, I'll be able to check by how much EX gets taken away when I do the move. So, it's those two and Light Punch. On my pad, I can't do that. That's really weird. Circle, triangle, and square on a pad. Okay, normal focus attack is there. Okay, 2 meter bars, and there you go. So that's red focus because it's taken 2 meter bars just for a normal one, and takes 3 meter bars. And I didn't hold it, so I mean I did hold it. So there's a bug there where at the minute I need to fix. Bollocks! Yeah, you guys. Right, so just to clarify, normal focus attack works fine, doesn't cost any meter. EX normal costs 2, and it's circle, triangle, and square, which is really weird for me. Costs 2 meter bars, so it's obviously working. And when I cancel into it from an EX one, oh shit, that wasn't right. That was normal. Oh, that was normal as well. It's got a little bug where... There we go. I was holding it, and it just came out anyway, so I need to fix that. God damn. Alright. Well, don't you guys like watching black screens? I'm broadcasting black screens. Why am I not partnered yet? So, right, we need to work on why he's automatically going to this. Oh, I don't know. Hold on. It's somewhere. This is it. This is going to be it now. So let's think. Where is it? King black screen. Yeah. Right. Why is it doing that? I forgot. Moves all buttons on press. It automatically just sort of skips when you've done it. Oh, there's a little bit of annoyingness coming here. I forgot how to do it. Let's see. Hitbox is fine. EX, it's not on. Oh, it is unblockable. Cancels. Low. Alright, let's just do the damage first. So hitbox is the damage. So it needs to do 1.5 times the normal focus attack. So we need to duplicate this and duplicate this and duplicate this, and they'll all come at the bottom with no names, which is really annoying. But so what's 1.5 times 60? It's probably like 90, isn't it? I'm a bit lazy with my maths. There we go. I always can't be asked, and I'm a teacher. Okay, so counter hit is, let me see, 60 times 1.25, 75. So now I need to do 90 times 1.25 to get 113. So what I'm doing here is I have to create a new attack, basically, that will give me more damage, so that the red focus attacks do this attack instead, which is identical, but it just does more damage. Okay, so 80 times 1.5, 120 for all hits, and 1.25, 100. 100 times 1. Nope, that's not right. 120 times 1.25. 150. A lot of damage. And finally, oh wow, this is doing a lot of damage. So 140 times 1.5 to 10. If you manage to charge it up all the way, so if they do their ultra and it's not armor breaking, you can hold it all the way, you get 210 damage. If they're still in their startup animation, you're going to get a counter hit, which is going to be 263 damage. 263. 263. Taking a lot longer than I expected to do some of these, to be honest. I think I might have to... Oh, shit. There's a weird glitchy thing that happens, and I really think it's just going to happen again. So when you're working with the hitbox thing, you have to sort of close it all down and bring it back up. So let's try it again. Okay. I got the feeling I've just changed normal focus attacks. I have. Oh, bastard. Okay. So the glitch is, when you duplicate stuff in this hitbox table, you have to close down Ono and then load it back up again and then change your values, because if you duplicate and then change your values, it changes the values of the new one and the existing one you duplicated it from. So although this red focus now does 1.5% damage, 1.5 times damage, the normal focus attack does that now. So I'm going to have to go around and put this back to normal, which is going to be really super annoying. So this one does thing, this does 80, and this does 120. I think it was. And the counter hits 60 times 1.25 equals 75. Nope. Really annoying and boring and whatever. Deal with it. Right. Okay. Times 1.25. That's obviously wrong. I'm not giving him on count to hit 10,000 damage. And 100. And 120. Oops. $150. Good. Easy numbers. Okay, so now I've created the new values. I need to go into the scripts, which is where the hitboxes are contained, and make them on the hitboxes. At the very end, it tells you what move, what damage they're going to do. And so I've just created a new one. So it used to do it off normal focus attack, but now I need to tell it to do it off my new one. So which one am I doing? Normal red focus, which I believe is the bottom one. They don't have names until they've assigned them, which is really annoying. So if you have to make sure you remember what things are. This one is red saving, so this one will be the middle one because they're in the same place. And this one is going to be at the top. And red saving, again, going to be at the bottom. EX and the normal one do the same damage. Okay, so that should be fine. Let's make sure I press the button. I should have a little sticky note on my monitor or something, just so I know I've done it. But I really don't like medium punch, medium kick, and light punch. I can't do that on my pad. Square, triangle, and circle. Big deal. Right. I hope they've gone back to you can press any other button, because that'd be better. Let's try. What am I testing here? I forgot. Oh, that does more damage. There we go. So normal focus attack, 120. Oh shit. 210, awesome. Is it really good to do on stick? I'm hoping it's just like a translation thing, and they're keeping that you can press focus attack and any other button. Yeah, I can see how it could be quite good on a stick. Okay, so let me try. Can I focus? Yeah, okay. I'm not getting the EX one. Okay, yeah, see, that's not holding properly for some reason. It's just releasing very instantly. Okay, but the attack damage is right. So that's good. Let's get rid of the hitbox. And it's definitely got to be in the scripts. The EX1. Press. Searching around like a madman. We've got scripts up. I'm just pressing it again. Okay, so on release it goes to that, and on release it goes to that. I've had this before, but I forgot what it is. Now that could be interesting. That only does it on one button, but you assign what button it is. Oh right, yeah, that's not good. Pressing one button. I mean, I've used up all my buttons, apart from select. Oh. Ah, there we go. I found it. Okay, so what the problem was is that when I told it to do an attack, I told it to do the level 1 attack. So as soon as I pressed it, it said, okay, I'm doing an EX red focus, and then it is told to do just the attack animation. So there we go. That's more like it. That's better. Right, so now the last thing we've got to do. So I've done everything here. 2 bars, right inputs, damage, hits done. So level, I need to check the hits done, make sure they're crumpling correctly. Can focus any amount of hits, and twice the ultra gauge. I might see if I can figure that out off screen, and then because that's going to take me a long time to see if I can work out if it's possible. Yeah, looks like it. So delayed wake up. Again, I'm going to just put in 4 button option select tech. Maybe, yeah. I'm going to put in what I put in last time, which is soft and hard knockdown, which is not the best optimal, but I'll have to do for now. So what I need to do is find out, I think it was rise upwards and rise downwards. So that is when you're getting up, when you're facing up, and when you're getting up when you're facing down. So let's duplicate these. Delayed. And delayed. Undelayed. Okay. Now it's got a chance that it's not going to register this. The way we do it is upwards, flow, on input. On input, heavy punch, is it? Does it say what input it is? is used by pressing 2 buttons at the same time right before you hit the ground. Okay, so mine's still just going to be heavy punch. Let's see if delayed is here, which it isn't. Okay, so I'm going to have to get off that and go back on and do it again because it doesn't save properly. But now it'll save okay. So I know that this delay wake up, it's a bit rough really, pretty hard to do. And now it should have saved. There's delayed upwards, so right. Okay, so what I'm doing here is, I'll explain it in a moment. Okay, so when you are about to get up, if you're holding heavy punch, then it's gonna instead skip the rest of this animation and go into the delayed version. Okay, and so the delayed version has got 56 recovery. Okay, so I'm going to, I believe the way I did it is move to the top, 1, add that one to 2 and 3, 0. What is it? 1.8. Let's see, that should go up 11 frames, shouldn't it? So 56 should go to 67. So we need to get off it and go back on 67. There we go. Okay, so that's 11 frames of extra staying on the ground. Go to the top. 2, 3, 1, 0.18. Sometimes this doesn't work, so that should be 62. Okay, good. This. Make sure this is going to the right thing. Alright, let's see if this crashes the game or not.
Training stage. Destination, it's the battle of the century. Fight!
Right, so first thing is, let's do an EX. I can. It only costs 2 meters, so that's not the right one. I find it very difficult to do this, folks. There we go, that's much more like it. Okay, so we also have, oh yeah, he needs to kill me a little bit. There we go, that's perfect timing. And now if I hold heavy punch, I should stay on the ground, so let's right after this one. There we go. So that's roughly 11 frames from what it sort of said. Okay. Oh, we don't want to do that yet. Right, so everything should be done now. Let's see. That's 120 damage. No, that's not right. Right, that should do... That only does 120 damage. Not right. Okay, so a lot of trial and error on this stuff. So the delayed wake up is now working. We just have to check. Okay, this is still told to use the old one, that's why. There we go. Pretty simple. Is there anything else? I think that's it. I guess I could check this crumple stuff. So level 1 hit stun, level 2 and 3 will crumple, and level 1 will crumple as well. Okay. Right, so we've nearly finished Abel now, because I can't do combo double. I nearly got to doing it, but you have to really change the core code, you know, how it messes with your computer, how it brings things into RAM and stuff. Okay, so level 1, just hit stun. Oh wait, actually that was the wrong one. Level 1, hit stun. Level 2, crumple. Level 3, crumples, we already know. So that was the wrong focus attack. So you're just looking at the EX bar, make sure it does 3. It's going to be so annoying to test. Okay, that doesn't crumple properly. That needs to crumple. So the way I'm going to do that is pretty easy, I think. So flow, basically, so when you release it, this is level 1. I'm going to basically tell it to be level 2 instead. Okay. So when you release it on level 1 for Abel, the EX version, it'll just come out as a level 2, which I believe have the same animation speed, the same everything else.
It's the battle of the century. Fight!
There we go, perfect. And we can actually just add a little bit more before we move on, which is this took me an hour to do Abel, and Abel's got the least amount of changes. But I haven't done any modding, I guess, for like, I don't know, it's been a couple of months. Oh god, you guys can't even see. Never mind. Moving on. I haven't done modding for a couple of months, so I was trying to just remember how to do certain things. Well, what we are going to do is we're going to just give him an effect. Okay, so on red focus attack, we're going to add in an effect. That come up okay? New, there we go. Go to the top. Graphics number 2. Not right. What happens if I just go to graphics? Okay. I have to press enter on that, do I? There we go. Well, what we need is, I forget what it's called, something like Z. It's got a Z in it. Gen Z hit. Okay. But this won't actually save properly. Okay, folks. So if you're trying to add effects, you can't really do that unless you're copying and pasting it from your own repertoire. So if I copied this and then just pasted it, now if I left this and come back on, as you can see, the top one that I just sort of manually put in has reset, and the one that I copied has stayed. So you can either go around for all your animations and look for ones that you can copy, or if you want to start putting in random ones, what you have to do is find the one you want. So I wanted, not that one, where is it? Gen something or other. Genzi hit. Okay, and then go to raw display and see what it says. 74. Okay, so we're going to click off, click back on, it's reset again. Go to raw display and just type in 74. Okay, then unclick off it and it'll be Genzi hit. But when I click off and click back on, it stayed. Okay, so we've just got, there we go. And now if I just do the same for this one. Now normally what I do is get rid of the glow from EX. Is it 76? Let's see. No, it wasn't. It was 74. Okay, normally I get rid of the glow, because let's see how it looks, shall we? Okay, great. That happens sometimes. When you play around with it, you definitely can tell what things cause it. If you're trying to copy and paste certain things over and it won't allow it, it'll always glitch, so you learn not to do that in the future. So I don't know what happened there. I'm going to have to redo a bit of that though. EX, that's been saved. So now we've just got the etc. Don't worry about that. You only lose a little bit. Make sure you save often. That is important. So sometimes it can glitch just because you didn't press enter. So like I have to keep pressing enter here. Make sure this happens. 74. It shouldn't take long. Do this again. $74. Right, now try saving it again. Save. Glitch! Bastard! Right. Let's take it a bit slower then. Save. All the way down. Let's just do 1 then. Etc. We're going to change this first. 74. Oh, it might be that I haven't filled up all these rests, so a good idea maybe, I'm going to actually change my tactic here, is I'm going to copy this one, duplicate. So now all these other ones, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, int 32 brackets array is already filled in. Okay? Because, I mean, I don't know if doing this is the same as actually filling it in. So, fuck, just showing you off just made it crash. Okay. Right, folks. Change tactic. No, I mean, I've done this before, so I know it works. But I think it was basically because I wasn't filling in the rest. So I wasn't filling in all these zeros in this int 32 array. So if I just duplicate one that I've already got, I then just change it. So get that. It's not 32, it's 7, like that. Okay, so now it's gone back and all the rest of them are still filled in. And I feel so confident about this, I'm going to try and do it on another one as well. There we go. 74. Yeah, there we go. Alright, suck it. Okay, so normally I take off the sort of yellow glow as well. Just because it kind of overlays the red glow, the red focus attack effect. And normally I don't want that. But let's see. Okay, that doesn't look right, does it? Bollocks. There we go. Black screen doesn't look right, folks. What am I doing? Oh yeah. So it's starting to look like that for some reason. Like that. So it's just glowing white, which is not correct, to be honest. So I'm not sure why it's not giving me the right effect. Allow me to get rid of that, which is what I normally do. And 1, 2. I might start sticking in some other effects, see if I've messed it up. Like that one, for example. One was that 77. 77. Okay. Save, save, go. Press the right button again. I keep forgetting to press that button because I don't normally have to do it, but when I'm recording, the game won't record, so I have to keep altering the stuff. Okay. Let's see if it works. There we go. That's much more like it. With loads of flashing at the end. All right. I think the flashing is because I just added in that extra effect. It shouldn't be there. So let's try getting rid of that one and then save it. Well, the amount of times you have to load this up. So that'll be it for Abel. After I've done this, I've done a little bit of extra effects on him. Okay, that's the wrong one then. That must have been wrong. Mistaken. And this should be 77. Okay. I might actually have a little look and see what that other one is. You've got again hit. Let's try finish. See if that changes anything. That's 78. Oh, press the button.
Training stage. The stage of let's get started. Fight!
Okay, so red focus looks like that. There we go. And it's got a bit of a flash at the end, which is not entirely desirable, but wrong one. Wrong one as well. Oh, damn, I can't press this button. There we go. Did he do anything? I didn't tell. No, he just glowed, didn't he, I think. The glow might be overtaking the other thing. Oh, God damn. Let's get rid of these glows we can't see. I've just switched them around because I fucking hate doing EX. EX red focus. Horrible.
Destination, who will emerge a champion? Fight!
That's much better, isn't it? So it doesn't do all that crappy glowing at the end. You just get a nice red effect. So we know that was a normal focus attack because it glowed yellow. And these all glow yellow. I can't fucking do it. There we go, and that glowed red as well. And forget about all that flashing, I'm going to get rid of that now. But as you can see, it was kind of like a mix. I didn't know whether to take away the glow because then it kind of indicates that maybe you're not doing a thing. It's not really that important, is it? Okay. Then you bleed mod. Alright, we're done. Abel has been finished. As I think. I think everything is done. Oh yeah, apart from the gain twice as much ultra gauge. I'm going to try and see if I can do that outside of the stream. And then I'll go back and put it on. If I can manage to do it. Because it might be hard coded into the actual game that, you know, it might always, you get the amount of ultra gauge that you always get. So timesing it by 2 might be beyond my skill. We shall see. But now we're on to Adon, I think. Let's get rid of all this shit. How's everyone doing? Everyone doing alright? It is, what was it, 5:30 already? I might not be able to finish all this. Right, Adon. I've already saved his stuff. Make sure you always back it up. Okay? Because, I mean, while I'm doing this, I can't actually play, you know, unless I go through and start unmodding all my stuff. Well, copying the files out, basically. So we've got Adon. Close hard kick. Hitbox. So we need to go to scripts, because that's where the hitboxes are. And close hard kick. So 5 heavy kick is close. Standing, which is 5, neutral. And if it's got F, it means it's far. So now I need to check, see if there's another 5 HK anywhere. 5 HK. Say, look, we've got loads of them. We've got fucking tons of 5 HKs. Okay, so I'm going to pick that one because it's at the bottom and expand your hitbox. Actually, that didn't look right. For 1, it's only got 1 hit. Let's see if I can just... Okay, they all seem to have... Actually, it's not the fire one, is it? So, no, that's not even going to do anything. Because this is actually close, isn't it? So, again, we're going to make him float. That's a good way to do it. 0.2. Y value. Adon, isn't he getting sort of nerfed a bit or something? I don't know. I haven't really read through and all those changes, but last time I heard his fast standing heavy kick was only 1 hit or something. Okay, that's probably the wrong one then, because he's not flying in the air. Let's copy this. Which one am I on? That one. Okay, let's try this one. AER. So it's probably Arcade Edition Revision, to be honest. Let's try again. Oh, so JA07SJ. If you play Adon, I know one of the changes was light kick Rising Jaguar in the corner hits higher, so you can more often do another light kick Rising Jaguar. But every time I've tried to do it, I could never get it done. I haven't tried modding it and doing it, but it just seemed like it wouldn't connect. Let's see. Oh god, it's not even moving. So is it possible to do 2? Oh, did they revert it? Okay, 5 heavy kick. That's not changing it. I've put that right, haven't I? Y velocity, yeah. That one. So let's try his main one. 5 heavy kick. Stick it in there. So as you can see, they've when they do a revision, they keep it all in the files,
Let's get started.
and so it makes it hard to find out which one's which. There we go. He's doing a little jump. So the one they kept is actually the very first one. Get rid of all these then before he starts floating about. He's hard enough as it is. Where is he? There we go. Okay, so I've got to use this one. And what is it again? I forget. Hitbox expanded to the side and upwards. So hitbox to the side, I assume it means outwards. So we're not going to move that. It's upwards, is it? Yeah. So width, I'm going to increase it by 0.05. And height, let's increase it by 0.1. Alright.
Training stage. The stage of battle is set. Are you ready? Fight!
Oh, fucking hell, what's going on? It needs to be raised a lot higher by the looks of things. What's going on? Oh, I don't know, the active frames seem terrible. Might heighten that a bit more. That's terrible. There we go. That's more like it. I think it's his active frames that are the problem, not really. Okay, it seems to work, but damn. Okay then. So when they want me to change that, which might be the next one, oh no, forward medium punch, frame advantage on hit reduced. So instead of being +4 on hit, it's +3 forward medium punch. So that would be 6 MP. We've got 6 MP somewhere. 6 MP. Check see if there's any other 6 MPs. Nope. And right. When we're talking about what is it? Frame advantage, so hit stun, block stun, stuff like that. You need to be on hitbox tables, I believe. Okay. So 6 MP should be there. That's the first hit and that's the second hit. So I'm only going to change the second hit because that makes sense. So if he's got +4 on hit, as you can see, you've got hit, hit, hit. So they're the ones I'm going to change. And counter hit as well. I'll change them. Now you can do this in two ways. You can change the target hit stop and target shaking. Change both of those. One, I believe the shaking is just a little bit of an effect. Or you can change the target animation time. Right, so the animate like a big real effect for a long time. I usually like to change hit stop and target shaking. So since he's on +4 and I need to reduce it by 1 on hit, I'm going to change this from 10 to 9 on hit only. Okay, so first 3 on standing, crouching, air. Air doesn't make any sense anyway, but I'll just do it because they have. Counter hit as well. Now I know that means your counter hit has got 1 less frame. Because I know you get an extra couple of frames when you counter hit, but now you get 1 less frame on that as well. So unknown, I think, is just a thing to stop the game messing up in case something went wrong. So that should be fine. Second hit, let me just double check that it is the second hit that I've changed. 81. That's number 81, and this is number 81 that I've changed. Okay, so is there any combo that he could do? And he's got a 4-frame normal, which he used to be able to combo after. I think I probably should have checked. In fact, have I saved it already? I don't think I have. So let's see, he's crouching medium kick or something. I should probably have the frame data up as well. That's something I normally do. Oh, stop doing that. nowhere near going to be enough time. Overhead crouching jab. That's hard to do. Okay. Might need to get a bigger character to test that out. Miles away. Let's try a bigger character to get Zangief out here. I mean, yeah, I mean, there might be some loads of specifics that I don't know. Like, you might even be able to do that if it's meaty or something like that. Even though it's 2 hits, that doesn't make any sense.
Fight locale. It's the battle of the century. Fight!
Oh, there we go. Is his crouching jab 4 frames, 3 frames? I'm probably going to have to check this out. But, okay. Actually, let's go to Adon, frame data. I usually like to go to the event hubs one. I feel it's... Actually, this is not the one I normally like to go to. Sure, you can one. There we go. So I cleared the wrong one. This is the one I normally like to go to. Sure, I'll be your lover. Depends who you play. Let's see. I can only love Goken, actually. I'm afraid. We're looking for forward, crouching, light punch. Apparently it's 3 frame startup. Okay, so with the change, I should see if it's possible to do it now. Yeah.
It's the battle of the century. Fight!
Oh, I can still do it. So I'm not sure. I have no idea what all that means, but I decreased the frame data a little bit. So you've got -1 on hit on that. Like it, Rise and Jagger. This is the one that I was on about. I read this one. It seemed interesting. I like the ones where you can see a nice notable change. Is there a character? Oh, you can only hit him with a second hit. Okay. I might try that in a moment. In fact, I'm going to try it now. I like the ones where you can test it nicely.
Destination, who will emerge a champion? Fight!
Doesn't look like a... Oh, there we go. Yeah, nice. Okay, so that pops them up a little higher, so it's more likely to happen. Now, I know from that you can't do it. You can't get into it. So, all right. Cheers. Good to know. So, if we want to make them launch a little higher, we will need the scripts, I believe. Let me see. Rising Jaguar. There we are. And it might not be the scripts, to be honest. It is not. It would be... must be the hitbox then. Rising Jaguar. So second hit pops them up a little higher. This is going to pop them up a little higher all the time, which may open up different combo opportunities. They travel a little further to the side, so they go further out as well. They get pushed a little bit further away. So we're in the hitbox. We found the second hit. I mean, I could change the first hit. I don't know if that would affect it, but we go all the way to the end. And so we've got the velocity of the X, Y, Z, pushback, acceleration. These are going to change how the opponent gets thrown into the air, how much they juggle and stuff. So on hit, we need to push them out a little bit further. Okay, let's do 0.05. We'll try that. And we're going to raise them up. We're going to raise the roof a little bit. We're going to raise them up an extra 4, see how that helps. In fact, I think if they're crouching, I'm just going to do a little experiment. Okay. Do that. Okay, because the first one is standing, crouching, and airborne. If you hit them. Right, so I'm going to have him stand, and then this should be hopefully the value, which looks quite right. And then I'm going to have him crouch and see if he just goes miles into the air. Now let's go crouching first, actually. 4. Is that higher than usual? Okay, that's obviously higher than usual. That's crazy that you can combo it like that. So that's not how it's supposed to be, I imagine. So, oh, maybe. I don't know. The standing one should be. There's some weird stuff going on here, and I don't know if that's supposed to be right. Let's try and do some stuff. I'm going to change this back to 12. I'm going to change that back to 12. Let me just double check that it's Rising Jaguar light kick. I might have some other Rising Jaguars somewhere. No, that looks to be like the only one. Okay, and that uses 117 and 118. So 118 is the last one. So I'm using the right one. 118. Right, if I just... Okay, on the crouching one, he goes up 10. He's going to fly so far to the sky. Okay, and we're going to reduce that back to 12. I need to just double check that that wasn't possible beforehand.
Training stage. Your destiny. Are you ready? Fight!
It doesn't look like it was possible beforehand. Good. So that change meant quite an awful lot. And let's see what he's crouching. He should fly so far. Oh, it doesn't seem to. Oh, well, I see what it means. Because he wasn't crouching on the second hit because he's airborne after the first one, isn't it? So it's not working properly. I don't think I can catch him my second hit. So there we go. And that's probably why. Yeah, that's going to be it then, isn't it? I think the reason why it didn't seem like it was working is because he's airborne after the first hit, so my second one wasn't doing anything, even though I can never seem to get that to work anymore. Very strange. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because that was 0.12, we're going to change these to 0.14, 0.14, 0.14. Okay, the main one, because this is the second hit, is that one, isn't it really? Standing will work as well. Oh, okay.
Destination, it's the battle of the century. Fight!
So I just guessed 0.14 and I'll tweak it depending on how this reacts. Okay, how is that? I don't... Alright, because the airborne is working. There we go. So this is not going to make it so I can do like 50 million, is it? No, okay. It doesn't look right to me. There's a reasonable amount. I don't know how significant they are though. What combo have I got? Oh, that's not the one I want. I'm just seeing because I raised him up a little bit. So Adon's he's got like a nice chunk. But how significant they are, we'll see. So I raised him up like that. I imagine it's not. I mean, it doesn't say that it can, because, you know, people would definitely be on that. Opponents float a little higher and travel a little further to the side after the second hit, allowing for another like Rising Jaguar to be more consistent. Okay, so let's reduce this because I've came from 0.12, so... Some funny business going on. Do that. Well, yeah. Feel free to have your input. I don't know how much I'm going to listen to people if they start saying,
Fight!
he should be able to combo out that. Because I don't want loads of people in the chat just giving me their ideas, and I know, and maybe unsourced, but I will keep in mind if people think, you know, it shouldn't be doing that and stuff, which is fair enough. Okay, that's better. We can't get that now. Oh, we can still get it. Back now. It doesn't seem like I can really make it float any higher without making it do that. I mean, I guess I could make him fall a little bit further out so it's not going to get caught like that. Can't even see. Fuck you guys. Right. He was basically still just getting pushed around though. Oh shit. Well, let's see if this works, and we're going to stick it on properly this time.
Training stage. The stage of the battle has
They call me King Black Screen, so we know it. Right. Right, so I made him move a little bit further sideways now, so this is definitely not possible. I don't know if that screwed up a lot of stuff. Okay. So, but in the corner though, that shouldn't matter, and you can still probably get stuff. Let's see. Right. That seems quite consistent with him. Dropped it. But hopefully that's good enough. See if I do that and then do that. Just testing out, see if you get any new. It doesn't look like that's going to hit anytime soon. Okay, so increased the way he moves sideways a little bit more, so you definitely can't get that anymore. And increase the height in which he goes. In fact, need more Jaguar. Exactly. Right, I might increase that a little bit more then. The height in which he goes. Okay. Need more rising Jaguar. Okay, so we're going to leave that there, and I'll test that in a moment. Light, medium, and heavy rising Jaguar, so we've still got some more to do. Now less advantageous after focus cancel against a guarding opponent. -5 on block. Okay, so this is like the FADC thing. Now, I've got a big question about this. I have no idea how I'm going to start implementing this. Because the areas I can change is I can make their dashes terrible. That's a bad idea. Don't do that. I can make it, because I've got to sort of get these frames somewhere, from somewhere, you know. So I can make it so moves that are FADCable now FADCable later on, but that's not going to work against all characters, is it? I just don't know where they're getting these frames from. So that one's, I might leave that one for a second, and you guys can give me your opinions on how I should make it -5 on block. I guess the hit stun they can get on block, that'd probably be the best way actually, is when you block a Shoryuken, you get less. Oh no, you can't do that, that's just crazy. Yeah, it's gonna be. Actually, is it crazy? No, I don't think it is. I think that's fine. So what I'm going to have to do, I think, is reduce the hit stun and block stun, actually just the block stun, of these rising Jaguars, so that if he FADCs it, he's on negative. Yeah, less block stun. Okay, so less block stun. It's going to be a pain in the ass. Does anyone have any idea? Okay, that's probably a good one. Video example punishes a potential impact. Okay, yeah, I saw that, but I still don't know where. I think I saw that before. Where'd that come from? Well, I've just loaded that up. Ah, there we are. Okay, yeah, I saw that, but he hasn't said where -5 on block. He shows DP FADC setup. Characters punishable by things. Yeah, but it doesn't say where he's getting those 5 frames from, so probably just Bloxton. Oh, the person who did this mod explains it. Okay, that's fine. Let's see, where does it explain it? In the... Because I've watched the video and I don't think he does. There.